Hi there, my name is Joyce Cairns from Neuron Learning. I'm here today to tell you why most parents and teachers contact us about their children who may be struggling learners. Their main concerns usually are reading, spelling, and processing. Now, it would be great if we could go in and just work on the reading and do lots more reading with our children to improve the reading. But unfortunately, to improve the reading, we've got to do a lot more foundational work to help the children improve their reading. And the auditory processing is crucial for that. Now, there are two types of processing. There's the visual processing and there's the auditory processing, and we work on the auditory processing side of things. But we go right back. We go right back to build up the processing speed, the processing accuracy, so children can access listening more effectively. They can access speech and storytelling more effectively. They can access the reading comprehension, and the writing, which would include the spelling, the grammar, and the punctuation. So when we go right back to build up those thinking skills, which includes the auditory processing, it also includes, by the way, sequencing, good sequencing skills, good memory skills, and concentration skills. Listening is language-based. Speech is language-based. Reading is language-based. Writing is language-based. Learning, when we're listening and we're reading and we're writing, all of these depend on good language skills. Good auditory processing is crucial for language skills. So with the listening, we need to build up the auditory processing so children can take in more of what's going on in the classroom, because in secondary school, 80% of their day is spent listening. With speech, children have to process their thoughts, sequence their thoughts, structure their sentences with a beginning, middle, and an end, think of the words they want to use those words in the correct context, pronounce those words correctly when they're speaking, and deliver what they want to say in a fluid way. And it all starts with processing. So not every child who's struggling with reading struggles with verbal storytelling or speech, but many kids do. And so we need to build up that auditory processing to improve the speech as well. Auditory processing is crucial for reading. We have to know the code, and the code is made up of symbols, and those symbols have sounds, and the sounds have to match the symbols accurately. But if a child's processing isn't as good as it should be, they may not always get the sounds accurately. So we have to work on building up their ability to get the sounds at the beginning of words, end of words, the middle of words, get those vowel sounds, all of which can sound very alike, get the blended sounds. So in order to access the code in English and decode that code when we're reading, we have to get the sounds within the language. And so we have to build up the speed of that processing and that decoding, and that's called fluency. And by building up the decoding and the fluency, we enable the child to absorb what it is that they're reading, and so they understand better. So the reading comprehension depends on all of that work, building up the foundations, building up the listening, building up the language, building up the speech, and learning the code in order to decode the code. That's also very important when we come to the spelling in writing. So writing is a bit like speech. We have to process our thoughts, we have to sequence them, we have to structure our sentences with a beginning, middle, and an end. We have to think of the words we want to use, but now we have to think of the spellings, and we have to be able to think of the grammar and the punctuation. And the spelling, grammar, and punctuation can slow kids down if they don't know if they're having problems with the spelling or the grammar or the punctuation. And the spelling Very often, if you're not getting the sounds, you're not able to match the sounds accurately to the symbols, or you're not able to put them in the correct order. So there's an awful lot going on with spelling, but we have to go right back to the beginning to build up the spelling skills. Um, if you would like to know more about your child's learning skills, or anything that I've been talking about just now, please feel free to contact us, and we're very happy to get back to you either by email or we can give you a call. Thank you. Bye.